Good morning, I'm Officer Hunter Ryan. I'm on patrol right now with Matt Craig, and just patrolling through Jackson Township. From what I've seen, I would have to say it would be driving too fast, especially on bad weather days. If it's raining, snowing, roads may be covered in snow, and you would be driving too fast for those types of roadway conditions. I'll also see a lot of tailgating that takes place. Clearly, that's could result in a crash. You don't have enough time to slow down if something were to happen, if someone in front of you hits their brakes. The most common excuses that I hear is they weren't paying attention, or they just didn't know what they were doing was illegal. So that goes from anywhere from speeding, you didn't know you're going that fast, or you just weren't paying attention, so you just didn't use your turn signals, or you cut out in front of another car. Again, you just weren't paying attention. So I think there's a lot of distractions in the vehicle, whether you mean them to be distractions or not. From anywhere from the radio, or your cell phone going off, or your friends in the car. You again have to pay attention to what you're doing at all times, and especially when you're driving down the road and that car is moving, it could be a weapon. What I find to be that the biggest distractions are going to be your electronic devices, GPS or cell phones. I understand it is hard when you hear your text message go off. If you're in the middle of driving, it has to wait. Okay, pull over somewhere, and if you gotta figure out who it is, just wait to pull over. Even with your friends in the car, changing the radio, all those things are all distractions.
I would say not one specific time of the year would be more times of crashes than the other. As far as like the beginning of the school year, you have to get re-familiar with that it's a school zone again, so you have to be aware that the school lights are flashing, speed limit's going to be 15 miles an hour. Everyone has to get used to that. And then you're going to start getting into the winter season shortly after school starts. Be aware that it's going to be fall, leaves are going to be on the road, roads are going to be wet, icy conditions. You need to drive differently in the winter than you have been over the summer. Okay, I would like all of you to keep in mind, if you're involved in a vehicle crash, the first thing that you're going to want to do is it is okay to move the vehicle off the roadway. Be sure to contact 911 as soon as possible. That way you can get the first responders and all the emergency units en route to your location. Be very clear when talking to the 911 center. Let them know exactly where you're at, how many vehicles are involved. If anybody's injured, they're going to want to know all those things. Secondly, make sure you have your driver's license, vehicle insurance, and registration card available. The officer will need that for their report. It is okay to exchange information with the other people involved, or if there is another person involved, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, it'll be in our reports. And be sure to always wear your seatbelt. My 3 points of advice to you while driving a vehicle: you got to remain safe. Okay, there is no rush. Slow down. You're going to get to where you're going to get to. So just slow down. You're in control of that vehicle, and you're responsible for anybody that's in that vehicle with you. Okay. Secondly, just stay focused. Driving should be the most important thing when you're behind that wheel. And the third thing, I'm glad you can do all this cut and paste and stuff. And the third thing is, there is no redos. Okay, you can't go back and change what you did. If you get into a crash, clearly you cannot hit the reset button. So be careful. You only have one chance.
I've had enough. I'll make a mistake.